everybody. So I know it's been quite a long time since my last video. I believe it said 3 months ago I said I was going to be making a video in about a week. And what really happened was my summer got pretty busy. I worked a lot. I spent most of the time with friends, honestly. I have been contemplating making this video for a while, and it's a video mainly regarding my adoption. And then I opened my personal Facebook up for any questions, and I asked my mom questions and I asked my brother questions. So I do believe I'm gonna make this a two-part video. One video will just have me in it, and then which will obviously be part 1, and then I'm gonna open my videos up to my mother, and then we'll sit down and talk about my adoption together. So I do have all my questions on my new laptop that I got. So I opened my personal Facebook up to any questions, so I'm gonna go ahead and answer those questions, and then I'm gonna jump into some deeper questions. So first question that I was asked is, my question is, do you have any questions you are still seeking answers for? And that's a big question, because yes, there are multiple questions I am still seeking the answer for. A big reason is why I was given up for adoption, and I'm not saying that like I'm not glad that I was adopted. I have so many opportunities here in the United States versus Guatemala, and I want to know why. I want to know who my father was. I want to know how old my mom was, what my mom looks like now. There's a lot I'm still seeking answers for, and it's really weird to know that I have a mom out there who's my real mom, who I really haven't seen in almost 18 years. So that's definitely something very big in my life. I think about it probably every day, wondering what she's doing, how she's doing, how my other siblings are doing, and everything. So just that summed up in like a minute response. That's a really hard question to answer, and if you guys have any specific ones, you can go ahead and leave them in the comments. I'm willing to answer any questions, no matter how tough they're gonna be. And then the second question, there was another one, but I kind of answered that one in the comments. One of my school friends asked, do you have a relationship with your birth parents? If not, would you, or have you tried? I do not have a relationship with my birth parents. My father, for me to be adopted, for what I know, my father could not be in the picture. My mother, would I have a relationship with them? Honestly, probably not, because I've grown up this whole time. I'm fine. I mean, I love my family now, and I love my mom and my dad and my brother. I think I've done so well without knowing who she is, and even though I question it quite often, I don't think I would have wanted that relationship. I think my mom and I have bonded so well that I don't want anything to interrupt our relationship, if that makes sense. Like, a big one for me is like, how do you feel being adopted, or what's it like? And that's really hard, because I don't know what it's like to not be adopted. So I get this question, what do you like, are your parents the same race as you? And no, both of my parents are very, very, very Caucasian, and it's really funny because when my brother and I go out in public, people say that we look alike, and that's another question I always get is, are your brother and you actually related? And we aren't. We are from different families. We were both born in Guatemala City, but nope, we are not related. And if you look pretty close, he is lighter skinned than me. In the summer, I get really tan, and then I lose my tan in the winter, so he's usually darker than me. So I'm gonna call him in here right now and see if kind of what stage we're in, because we're in fall right now. Hey, Owen! As you can see, obviously we somewhat look alike, but
the fall.
He's kneeling. I am sitting on a chair. He looks darker skinned almost right now, and then obviously he has darker hair, darker. Do you have darker eyes? No, you have lighter eyes than I do. But yeah, we are definitely not twins, and we are definitely not related. You can go now.
Okay, those wall sits though.
Another question is, how old were you when you were adopted? I was adopted at 9 months old, and I was adopted through an agency, obviously, and I was brought home to the United States on September 25th, 1999, so that is my gotcha day. Is, do you remember anything? And really, in 9 months you don't remember much, but I do have this vivid, I don't know why, I just remember being in a green room. And I don't know if that was a room that I was kept in, or like my bedroom, or the kitchen that we spent most of our time in. I really don't know. But that's really all I remember. And then another question is like, I always get asked, do you know if you look more like your mother or your father? And I really don't. From the one picture we have of her, my mom says I have the body type like my mom, and that I look a lot like her. So then the real one is like, how hard has it been to fit in Wisconsin and not really knowing anybody adopted? And more or less, I know quite a few people who have been adopted, and I feel like I fit in fine. I mean, I feel like just another teenager that goes to my high school. A lot of people are surprised. They're like, really? Wow, you're adopted. That's so cool. And it's really more or less like, yeah, that's just a thing daily now. I mean, I look at my mom and I see my mom. I don't see like, oh yeah, she's not really my mom. She just adopted me. Like, no. She, from the moment I was hers, she raised me to be hers. I'm not hers. Like, that's another thing people like always say, is it's like, is it weird that you're raised by not your mom? And no, like, she's really my mom. I grew up, and my dad, like, they taught me to be who I am. Like, they raised me, they didn't raise somebody else. So that's really all the questions I have for me. I really summed everything up in a big kind of answer, and I'm sorry about that. But obviously there's going to be another part, and there's a lot more questions from me and my mom than there is just particularly me. So if you guys have any more questions, or any questions you want me to add to another video, go ahead and you can leave them in the comments, or you can private message me if you're like my friend on Facebook or something. And then I will be making another video hopefully in the next couple weeks. If I do end up taking another long break, I apologize. I am going to try and make videos. I have a couple updates on my life that I want to get to you guys in the next video or the following one. So thank you guys for watching, and this has definitely been one of the more interesting things to talk about. And yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.